Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, people. So I was trying to fly my drone. This happened. Got the battery. The batteries ran out on the remote. What I can do is use this opportunity to kind of show you a little bit about the drones and what I think about them and everything. Now, this drone I've had for a couple of years. I fly it periodically. I really like it a lot. But some people that I've talked with wanted to know, what is it like flying drones? What are some of the things that you need to know about? And I want to kind of go over those briefly here on the channel a bit. So one of the first things is that you have the remotes here, and this is the DJI Mavic Pro Platinum. It is a bit more of an older drone. They do have newer ones out right now that you can get, which are a little bit more expensive, but these right here probably reduced down to probably about $800+ now, compared to them being upwards of like $1,500–1,600. But one cool thing about this remote, this is the model GL200A remote. It's got the two antennas up top, the omnidirectional antennas, so you can twist them and turn them any way that you want. These do communicate with the satellites up in space. You do have your home button up here at the top. This home button right here pretty much allows the drone to return home, so you can definitely push that for that. Now, the remotes and everything is on the left-hand side of the remote. Is going to be your up and down, and then the right-hand side is going to be for the turning. You also got the pause button there, as well as your remote toggle switch here to turn the different displays into different selections, where you can select your different options that you have there. You have the camera button on the right hand side of the remote, as well as your record button if you want to start to record some of your footage as you're doing your drone. Now, your phone sits on the bottom part of here. So if you look on the bottom, you have a little attachment here where you can provide additional power to like an iPad if you want, or if you got an iPhone, you got your iPhone cable there that just connects on the side. Now, some people, I didn't notice this for the first couple of hours that I had my drone, but if you unhook the cabling part right here, you can actually take your cable. If you have a micro USB, the micro USB cable pretty much fits in the side there so that you can charge it. Excuse me. So just make sure that you are aware of that. It's going to look like it's the flat USB, but just know you can actually use it for that purpose there. Should you need to plug that back in, just simply plug it in there, and then just route the cable along the little bit of line that you have here. Put it back on the side. You can fold up the remote like this, and this is how you close it. So you have it like that. And then you got your other buttons on the bottom as well to turn your gimbals up and down, sideways, whichever direction that you want. But this is the remote right here. You can see how big that it is as far as in size. One of the other pieces you have, which is very critical, you have your charging bay. Your charging bay is good enough for 4 of your batteries to fit in. If you look on the side, you can also charge your remote here. There's a little rubber piece right there. You can plug a micro USB into there to also charge things if you want. On the underside here, the charging hub, you basically take the cable that you have right here, you flip it over, you plug that in there, route the cable on the side. Then you take your batteries. Now, you only get multiple of these batteries in the Fly More combo pack, but you basically attach the batteries on the sides, so they just all fit around here. And then you will know how much battery life you have. So you have the green lights here. Now, what happens is the green lights start to go off from one side by blinking to let you know it's reduced down. The 4 green lights means 100%, 3 is 75, 2 is 50, and 1 is 25%. Once it gets down to about the 50%, I will probably start flying that back. You don't want this to get down to the 25%, because once that shuts off, your drone is automatically going to return to the point based on the GPS location that is there. So keep that in mind as you are going around through this too. Now, you want to make sure you charge all of them up so that way you can swap the batteries in and out. You also have your charging block as well. You basically plug your other end of your cable into here. On the back, it's got some more instructions there for you. You also have this part right here. As you can see, I haven't peeled the plastic off mine, but this basically plugs into a standard outlet. So you definitely want to keep that on the road with you. And last but not least, people, you got the drone itself. You can see the remote and the drone side by side, okay? What you will notice is that the drone has a gimbal on the cover. So you basically want to peel the cover off like this. Once you peel that off, you have another little side piece right here. You basically pull that off. That frees up the gimbal by itself. You can see the remotes here. And what you do is you flip down the front wings first. Once you flip those down, you flip the drone on the opposite side and you turn these up from the opposite side like this. And that way you have your drone fully right there. So there you go. You have the full drone. You got your camera up front. That right there is going to, that's how you're going to be able to view. Standardly, the sensors right here will sense anything that is in front of you, and then the sensors on the bottom here will sense everything on the ground. As far as on the top, you just have to watch out for the ceiling as you're going to. And the wings, you do not have to expand those out. Those will automatically expand out by themselves. Whatever you do, do not sit there and grab your drone in your hand, because if you do, these wings will clip your finger, and I guarantee you it will hurt. I end up clipping inside of one of my nails at one point flying the drone. Biggest mistake, and that stuff hurts. But you have another section over here on the side. You basically pull that down, and this is where your SD card slot is right here. So you push that, you got a little small SD card in there. This is about 128 gigs. That should be enough right there. Now, if you don't want to fly via GPS, there's a small switch over here. The small switch, you can basically switch over to Wi-Fi, which is going to connect to your phone only, but you will only be able to fly for a short amount of distance. If you don't want to do that, then you can pretty much as well switch it back over to the RC, which is remote control. On the opposite side, you have another little bay here, micro USB, if you want to plug this up directly to a computer. In the computer, that's where you'll be able to actually upload your information. In order to get the battery off the top of this, you basically is going to squeeze the sides to pull directly out. There goes your battery there. And you have a QR code as well there in order to set up your drone first. So you'll be able to see that. When you're transporting this, they say do not put the battery on the inside. I've actually just laid mine in there so that way I'm ready to fly and go. It does take about a few minutes to get everything set up before you fly. And I just go ahead and clamp the battery back down on there. And I basically would just go ahead and store this away, so that way I'll be able to use this down the line. So when you fold that down, make sure you don't clip the wings. You're just gonna flip those back like that. And you're gonna flip the sides back as well, and tuck the wings like this. So that way, when you get ready to store it, everything is nice, tight, and smooth. So overall, you have the Fly More Combo Pack. Go ahead and spend the extra, get the Fly More Combo Pack, because I guarantee you are going to need that in flying. So one of our next videos that I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get it where you can see me actually setting it up to fly the drone itself. But that's just the preliminary video, just so you can see what's going on. Before you stow, make sure you go ahead and put the plastic devices on there. Go ahead and slide those on there just like that, and then pack them down in the bag, and people, you are ready to fly. So like, listen, and subscribe to the channel, DivTech 101, aka Black Mantle. Look forward to bringing more content and topics to you soon.